Hello there guys, this is the Prussian Prince and it's time for me to review the Otomo patch in terms of balance changes. We'll be taking a look over here. First of all, we have Cavalry. First thing we can notice is Imperial Guard Cavalry. They are now 50 coke more expensive. Good change, because now it makes the Carbine Cav a little bit more viable, I think. I'm not sure if many people are gonna using it still, because one Carbine Cav is like you get Imperial Guard Cav at 150 coke more and has quite better stats, so I don't know if people are gonna use Carbine Cav still, but still. The next unit we have is Revolver Cavalry, and this unit has had its costs surprisingly reduced by 100 koku, so I would say that this unit is now underpriced and a little bit overpowered, at least in the new patch. And it's probably going to see a lot more usage in the pro scene and such. Now we have Shogunate Guard Cavalry, no changes whatsoever. Yari Key, and now this is an interesting change here. They increased the cost of the Yari Key by 100 koku. So this is actually a lot of koku that's they're gonna have to spend on cavalry if you decide to bring them. The reasoning to that is probably because the Yariki were just too cost efficient in the previous patch, and now if you bring 4, which most people are still probably gonna be bringing, you're gonna pay 400 more koku for them. So high ranked Yariki are just gonna be super expensive. You probably won't be seeing as much level 7 Yariki or more, and the most people go to is probably level 6, no higher, I think. This is like a specific case, and even then. Uh, but yeah, I think 100 koku is good, but it's a little bit on the risky side, but I think at least 50 koku change would have been good. And uh, if it's 100, it still might be better than the 50 koku, but it could be a little bit too much in favor of infantry-based armies, but we will see. Now we have Saber Cav, and surprisingly, it got boosted as well. Well, not surprisingly, because this unit was just not too useful at all. Now, it basically is as fast as Shogunate Guard Cav. Before, it used to be slower and like the slowest Cav unit in the game. It's as fast as the Shogunate Guard Cav, and it also has an extra melee attack, I believe, compared to what it was before. Now, the bow key, as you can see, it's nothing was changed here, but there's a hidden change that they did to arrows, specifically not to bow key. So just in general, now they actually their velocity is higher, so we should be seeing a slightly increased kill rate on bows in general. And the samurai hero over here got reduced by 200 koku. Probably people still won't be using it. And so that's for cavalry. I only disagree with all the cavalry so far. Now we're gonna go to the light infantry aspect of the balance changes. We can see that the Shinsengumi police force was changed. That's a good change. They added 2 morale to it, and I think that's it. 2 morale and 2 melee defense, probably. Yes, which is a good change because this unit wasn't really used too much before, so maybe now it's going to become a viable alternative to other units. It's going to be quite sturdy with 10 morale and all these melee stats. So just have to see how it does. Nothing else changed over here, and here we have change, which again I'm not sure if I agree with it. I don't think I agree with it, because now you have a red bear infantry unit that is 750 koku. Look at those stats, and then look at the Azure Dragon Force. You see that the red bear is 10 koku cheaper, and the Azure Dragon Force, what does it have? What does it have that's better than the red bear? See, there's nothing that it has better than the red bear. and it's 10 cocoa more expensive. So why would anyone bring Azure Dragon Force then, if they can just bring Red Bear Infantry? Yeah, just take a look. 2 extra melee attack, 2 extra melee defense for the Red Bear Infantry. And that's all. And it's 10 cocoa cheaper too, so that's an odd change. Now for the rest, there is no difference over here. But let's take a look at the Elite Infantry. You can see that the Kihei Tai is actually now 100 cocoa cheaper, which is a good change because Kihei Tai, I don't really remember who used it in the pro scene. I don't even think it was used at all by people who are actually good at this game. Maybe probably casually or whatever, but there was a cost efficiency. It was a bad unit, so maybe now it's gonna be helpful, but maybe Vermilion could still be a better choice. But we'll have to see. I mean, it has 10 morale compared to the Vermilion's 12 morale, so I don't know. Just have to wait and see. But here's another change I don't agree with. Imperial Guard Infantry 1,280 koku. Shogunate Guard Infantry 1,220 koku. I think that's just ridiculous how their cost is different, but they don't do the same thing. So why would you bring Imperial Guard Infantry now? Because Shogunate Guard Infantry is actually cheaper, like 60 koku cheaper than Imperial Guard Infantry. So now they're pretty much around the cost of a French Marine unit. So they can be pretty cost efficient. And that's all for Elite Infantry. Now let's go over the Melee Infantry department. We see that the Kyoto Police costs 50 koku less. This is good because, I mean, before it used to cost 750. With 50 extra koku, you could get like a unit that's just so much better at everything, almost, besides bonus versus cav. Now if I actually have a role as a specialized anti-cav unit, but most people probably still gonna go with the Arikachi. Now another change that I like is this Kishio Ninja. Before it used to be 1,090 koku, now it's just 990, and this is good because it just cost too much for what it did before, and now it's a little bit better, more useful. I think Blixer is gonna like this since he uses ninjas a lot. But there are 2 more changes. So that Katana Kachi costs 850, which is what it was before, but Shogitai costs 1000. So they balance these units compared to each other, because now people, I don't, yeah, now the Katana Kachi is not that far off from Shogitai still, but I still think people are going to bring Shogitai over Katana Kachi, even if it's if there's like a Koku difference, like a 150 Koku difference. You could still probably go with Katana Kachi and just get 2 melee upgrades, but do that, it's gonna have better melee attack than the Shogitai, but still the other stats still won't be as good. So yeah. But this change to Shogitai means that generally people bring 3 Shogitai, or at least 2 Shogitai, and if you bring 2 Shogitai, that's 100 less Koku than you used to bring. Or if you bring like most people 3, then that's just 150 koku less than usual, than what you were used to, that you can use. I mean that you can spend. So yeah, this makes full melee rushes not as effective because of 2 reasons. One, melee cavalry the Yariki is more expensive, and 2, Shogitai now costs more. So ultimately, if you want to bring 4 Yariki and 3 Shogitai, you're going to be paying 400 extra from the Yariki and 150 koku extra from Shogitai which would mean 550 koku, which is just an insane number to pay. Like, you could almost get Black Tortoise with that amount of koku. It's pretty high. Like, you'd get a lot of upgrades for your other units with that koku. But now, if we just examine what we've seen so far, see that CA wants to push more line and infantry-based armies over Cav Heavy, and probably just balanced armies should be working well too now. Because Cav Heavy won't be as strong with the nerfed hierarchy. And now we're gonna get to a very interesting part that I enjoy, that I like, that they changed. Skirmish infantry. Of course, the bows are gonna be helped slightly by the new arrow velocity that they implemented, which is a good change, means they will be more effective. But then we have sharpshooters, and this unit used to cost 1000 koku, now it costs 900. It is a good change because nobody really would have used sharpshooters at 1000 koku. Now it could be a unit that may be worthwhile. It could be nice vanilla in maybe medium funds, and at 175 range if you plan on bringing it to large battles. Now for Tosens. At first glance, this unit hasn't changed at all, but it actually has changed a lot if you take a look at the patch notes. The new loading animation improves the reload speed just quite a lot, and they actually now fire about as fast as guards, so that's at 175 range. It should be an insane unit to use in large funds, which is good because I mean it's a good thing that's that way, because finally we get to use light infantry after they were useless for so long. Then we have Yugekitai, and as you can see, their price has been reduced by 200 koku and nothing else changed. I think that's a decent change. But yeah, that's it for skirmish infantry. Then we have artillery. First thing we can see is that Armstrong guns, they have been reduced by 60 koku, which I think is an okay change because not a lot of people used it, so maybe they thought about buffing it a little bit so others could use it. But that being said, if they buffed this Armstrong gun unit, why not buff Barrett guns? Because if you look at the Parrot guns and then you look at the Armstrong guns, Armstrongs have 25 extra reload speed and they have 5 extra accuracy, and that is very worth it for just 90 koku extra. So they should have actually buffed the Parrot guns too, but I don't get why they didn't. But whatever. Now they also changed the Gatling guns. Uh, they only cost 1,400 koku now, so 300 less than it was before, 1,700. That's a good change because nobody would have paid as much as it was before, and I don't know if people are gonna use it now, but it's certainly gonna be tested in games. But I still think Armstrong Gun is gonna do better, regardless. Yep. Overall, the patch, I like the new changes. There are only a couple things I disagree with, which is the Revolver Camp change, Red Bear Infantry change, Imperial Guard and Shogunate Guard Infantry change, the fact that they are not the same cost, and the fact that Pirate Guns didn't have their cost reduced just a little bit. And also, I'm not sure about this, but I think in the long run, it could be a decent change because we won't be seeing as many melee rushes. So yeah, probably we'll see a lot of players in the pro scene just testing new builds out. We're gonna see a lot of revolver cavalry, a lot of balanced armies now, which is really good. But besides the revolver cav part, and it's just gonna be, it should be overpowered in this patch, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's how it's gonna be. Also, there are two new units in this patch. We have Portuguese Turcos and Dunderbus Cavalry. Both units are Shogun 2 units, I believe. And I can say that from what I've seen, the Portuguese Turcos aren't really that effective. They're comparable to matchlock Wehrmachts. As for the Dunderbus Cavalry, think of mounted gunners, but with increased lethality and lowered range. And they're at the same cost, so yeah, that's pretty much how they are. Then we have, of course, it just adds Otomo stuff in the single player campaign, just Portuguese Turcos, Otomo Thunderbus Cavalry, Otomo Matchlock Ashigaru, and Otomo Matchlock Samurai. Those are the units in game. Yeah, those are the changes that I can say. And of course, what I also like is that they reduced the loading times of the game. They reduced the file size as well. Yeah, overall, I do like this patch, besides the changes that they've made that I did actually tell you about earlier. I'm gonna go over them again. Before we can change, like that these two are at the same cost, and Red Bear Infantry change. That's about it. Those are three changes that I don't really agree with, but overall, it's a nice change, nice patch, nice balanced patch. So I think CA is doing the right thing, and hopefully not all replays will be broken by this patch, so that Zript and others can cast them, but we shall see. And I thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you liked it, and if you did, do remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. See you next time, guys.